I'm back. Well, sort of. I had a really busy kind of month. And also by busy, I mean I wanted to do other things. So I got back into extra work. That's when you are paid or unpaid to be an audience member or an actor in the background at different sets. So I had to go to Burbank, put a little makeup on because I didn't want to look super dusty. And also I got to wear one of my favorite shirts. Do you see what that's? I had this shirt for a while. But just wanted to fill in my eyebrows. I do wear lipstick and other things, but rarely. So this was back since the last time of the video. Hey, I went to go see one of my favorite rappers, Yoshi Vintage. Please check her out. And then, surprise, surprise, we started filming season 2 of the Plant Plug podcast. And this is me, Barely Millie Rocking.
She didn't went into robot to Millie Rock.
I was super excited about this as well. So. Yes, so I go to a lot of football games. This is my first time going to a full season of Chargers games. I'm a big football fan. I don't really like the NFL. I love football, and there's nothing like being at a live game. And now I'm barely making it back to the gym. So I showed this before. I have a 5-minute workout video. If you want to check that out, it's on my channel. I'll link it in the description box. This, I'm doing a little bit of static holds. Remember, the bar is in other parts of the machine are supposed to be adjusted to your size. So when you hop on a machine, don't just hop on without adjusting it, because people's limbs are different lengths. I have a high waist, and that's what worked for me. This is another meal. It's disgusting looking. It is couscous and chopped vegan chicken with a mint water I made because I tried to get back a gallon in a day, which is really hard for me because I drive so much. Otherwise, I'd be chugging, but that's the couscous. It tasted delicious. Now I'm going to walk y'all through an upper body, full body workout. I'm not supposed to be filming in here. Even though I used to work here, we're not allowed to film. And this is just tricep pull downs. I see a lot of people do these incorrectly. I have my hands a little bit closer, and you want to protect your elbows. That's so important, to protect your elbows. See how my elbows are slightly tucked in to my waist? And then I push down. I see people lean too heavily into it. Oh, now the jacket came off. Don't do that. Don't lean super heavily into it, and you don't need to do a full grip. You can actually do a soft grip with this, your fingers hooking the bar, and then just push down so you can focus on the contraction. See how I'm not fully extending all the way out and locking my elbows? It's actually really dangerous. And then I'm coming up and then pushing back out. It's kind of like an out and a down movement. I can't emphasize this enough. Protect them joints, especially if you're going to start training. And don't be afraid to lift weights. You actually burn more calories that way. So I'm really excited to show you all this next movement. This is actually a wide grip tricep pull down. There's 3 heads on the tricep. And then I go into a tricep, which you don't have to do. And this is just a lat push down. It's a lat push down. I'm pushing to put more blood into my lats, which is I think it's latimus muscle that goes across the sides of your abdomen and also the back, and actually wraps around and protects the ribs and the spine. So that's just my warm up. Now here's another thing that I do all the time when warming up. This is just a lat pull down. Do you see the difference between the pull down and push down? Make sure that your grip is on point and that you're not bending your spine and bending all the way back. If you're more advanced, you can do a chest tap, but there's no reason. Do not hunch during this because your back will be doing all the pulling. What you want is to don't pull in front of the chest either. You want to engage your forearms for a grip, which is fine. And then you want to feel this in your lats and possibly center back. But if you're feeling it in your shoulders or along your clavicle, or you're having too tight of a grip and you're feeling it in your biceps, I don't think you're in a good position. So you want to pull back softly and gently. Take your time, and also keep a straight spine and lean back slightly. I'm looking in the mirror to make sure my posture's okay, because filming by yourself is kind of hard. But I usually do 100 of these, and if you're more advanced, you can do a close grip or a hook grip, which I do sometimes. I never do this grip while bench pressing. It's actually called suicide grip when you're bench pressing, because yeah, you can actually hurt yourself a lot. So I'm just jumping around and showing you various grips that I use. This is not usually how I work out. This is for educational purposes only. And it's just a great way to get a little bit more blood into my lats and into my back and mind my own business. Next, I'm really lucky to get this because usually a lot of people train chest all the time. So I got both cross cables available to me, and I'm gonna do a tricep on the tricep. So now that I got a little bit of blood into the muscles, this is a full body workout, but I do emphasize my upper body more because my lower body is bigger. naturally. So I'm just gonna do some tricep push downs with very light weight, get more blood in the muscle, because since I'm doing a tri-set, which is a superset with an additional exercise, so it's 3 exercises in one go, I'm not gonna go super heavy. So if you see, this is me doing an overhead tricep extension, which can be a little harder on the joints. That's another reason why you want to do lightweight. I step forward with one foot, and to keep balance, I will change feet. So I do a right foot, then I do a left foot, because I am right side dominant, but I'm also ambidextrous. You have to practice to be ambidextrous, because you don't want one big arm and one little arm, and they call you Biggie Smalls. So I do not do a full lockout extension. Sometimes I see people do that. I'm like, RIP to those elbows. And I go slightly over my head. I keep a straight back. I keep my legs in place, and I push. Now this is a little bit more advanced, but it's great for tricep development. Okay? So the third part of my tricep is I got to use the other cable to just do basic bicep curls. So I also, just like with the tricep push downs, I keep my elbows close to my waist, and I keep my elbows in the same place. Your elbows should not be moving, because that means your shoulders are going to take on the weight, and also you can hurt your elbows and your wrists. So this is a closed grip. So when my grip is closed, that means I'm engaging both my forearms and my biceps. I'm not curling the bar all the way up, and I'm not curling the bar all the way down. So that way I keep my muscles completely engaged for the whole movement. Oh, I did another one on this one. I'm tripping. Okay, so this is actually an overhand grip that I used. It's a quad set, I guess, that I use for my biceps. And you know the biceps have 2 heads too? There's the inner bicep and the outer bicep. So what the inner bicep work does, I will get into that later, but when you do an overhand
Hey y'all, so I'm
grip,
back at home.
I'm back to work again.
I am working on some other videos for my Plant Plug podcast, and I cannot tell y'all enough about this bike. I keep talking about this bike. The link is in the description box for this bike. It's $135 or $150, especially if they're gonna have Black Friday deals. It holds my laptop. And let me tell you something though, when you're doing this, because this bike holds, I think, up to 300 pounds, but 250 just to be sure, because I was 250 when I got it. It does take some getting used to, because whenever I start typing, I stop pedaling. So I'm working on that subconsciously to, like, if I start typing or clicking, or I get distracted and move into different projects, that I continuously pedal. So this is actually quite the godsend when it comes to just making sure I get my TDEE in place. And I left the gym. I was feeling super burnt. I'm glad that I was able to show y'all some of the movements, but I will say, because I want to show people proper form and not to hurt themselves, to keep yourself in the game, but I will say when it comes to cardio and just making sure I get the amount of calories burned that I need to, it really helps. But I did eat about 1,800 calories worth of Taco Bell before I went to the gym. You're supposed to let everything digest at least a half an hour or to an hour before you go, but then a lot of your energy is going to be used to digesting the food, and that's exactly what I did. And I knew better, but I did it anyway. So at least I got about 90 minutes of lifting in, very light lifting, but I did a ton of reps, and now I'm here just pedaling away. I'll show y'all after the fact, when I'm done with my work, how much I did in this one work session, and it's secondary, because I don't have to think about, oh, did I do my cardio? Yeah, I did my cardio while I was working. Sweet. So, finished editing another podcast video. While that's uploading and coding and all that stuff, which I just learned about, I was checking my numbers, and I did, I don't know if you can see that the light's really not going. Did a total of 56. Yes, I keep the plastic on to keep it fresh. Did 57 minutes, so not bad. And I just did it, subconsciously, just kept rolling along. So that looks really bad, but that's not lit. So yeah, I kind of swear by this bike at this point, especially with it being colder and rainy. And so far, 30 pounds down, 22 to go. All right, y'all. So like I was saying, I'm going to do this gauntlet, this kind of squat gauntlet for my legs. But like I was saying, when you do overhand grips for bicep curls, you do help with the width and roundness of a bicep to get a fuller bicep. Now this is a gauntlet where I do 10 of each. I am really bottom heavy, and it's hard for me to train legs. I think it's hard for everybody, but this is what I do to warm up. This is about a 10-pound weight.
I did the sumo squats. Is when you hold it low. You can see my squat form. I've been working on it like for 3 years just to get it better. I don't lock my knees, which you can't tell. And then I do...
It is the day after Thanksgiving. I woke up at 2:29 and just went to the gym and did legs. And just to let y'all know, especially if you're new to training, after a really heavy training day, you can gain weight. But I'm expecting 231? Ooh, 229 still. That's not bad. I haven't ate yet, but stick around though. Like, stick around for this. Just stick around for this journey. Let me tell you, like, bro. But I will say this is an improvement because after holiday birthday, 3 birthdays, I woke up at 2:32. So let's go. That's a super close up. But I hope you enjoyed the video so far. I've been putting super long time gaps between filming. I'm doing that for a reason. Let's just wrap it up, right? But it's currently December 7th. I woke up at 219.9, which I'm really, really, really excited about. 220 was really hard for me to crack through. I feel like everybody has that one number when it comes to being on the scale that they just don't have a good relationship with, but it keeps popping up like an ex or a baby daddy you don't want to see anymore. But it's always around for some reason. Anyways, I'm super excited about this. Let me show y'all what I'm eating. It's kind of gross looking, but it looks like porridge because it kind of is. So I've been eating this keto cereal from Costco. It's actually vegan keto cereal. I don't eat it every single day because chewing too much hard cereal tears up the roof of my mouth. But it's 110 calories and 11 grams of protein and 15 carbs. So I am switching my diet over closer to low carb. I do not do keto. I am not a fan of keto. Does it work? Yes. Is it good for long term? Absolutely not. Is it really bad for your organs and your cholesterol? Yes. Also, so is carnivorism, which I think is stupid because we're humans. We're not lions. Stop that. Stop. You're not a lion. Stop. I don't care how many lion tattoos you have. You're not a lion. Cut it out. But yeah, I'm going to show y'all a little bit more about what I'm taking because, yes, I am tripping in many different ways. But I do want to show y'all what I'm taking as supplement-wise. I want to explain more supplements in this video. And I have some other things coming up in the next video, but not this one. So thanks for sticking around. I know there's been a lot of time gaps, but life happens. Give yourself time to lose weight because according to certain nutritionists, which I really strongly believe, it takes you as much time to lose the weight safely, healthy, to keep it off as it did for you to gain weight. So if you had a year where you just put on 150 pounds, if you had, not that much. If you had a year where you just put on 30 pounds or you had a child or anything that contributed to unwarranted weight loss, just give yourself that same amount of time to lose it. Just think about it. So it took me a year to gain 30 pounds. It's been a year and I lost the 30 pounds. I knew that when I started though. So I hope that helps. See you soon.